Welcome, Anime Loungers, to another episode of Anime Lounge Podcast. I'm your host, Lance, and I'm here with Matt and Ricky. As tradition, we like to begin each episode with an adult beverage of choice. Today, I will be continuing to drink some Johnny Walker Blue Label, and then soon enough, I'll be switching over to some, I think it's called Glenfiddich. Got some 12-year. That was a birthday gift from my buddy Nick, so I'll crack that open later. Matt, what are you drinking over there?
For me, my drink of choice is going to be Johnny Walker 18-year. I'm finishing off that sampler pack that I had bought a little while ago. And Ricky, what about you?
I stole the gold label from your sample pack, so that's what I'm sipping on. And I'm chasing it down with a Coors Light.
Very nice. Ricky, hit us with the synopsis.
Alright, so you guys know, last episode we did Dr. Stone Season 1. Season 2 is out now, and we are getting into the Stone Wars arc, correct? Right?
Yep, Season 2.
So we're in winter right now, I believe. They're getting prepared to invade the Tsukasa Empire. So it's going to be basically the Kingdom of Science versus the Suka Empire, and we'll see who wins.
That works.
Yeah. So Lance, what about Lance's lessons? What do you got?
Sure, let's get started with some Lance's lessons. Today's Lance's lessons is going to be the Japanese word for science. That is Rika. R-I-K-A. Nice and short. Rika, of course, is very spot on for this because this is, of course, a science anime.
Very scientific.
Oh, yeah. It's very fun. I love how he does everything from scratch. Absolutely love everything about that.
Yeah, this one was definitely the, oh man, that's a lot of big words kind of thing when he starts mixing up and making that cell phone.
Oh, yeah. It's just, I didn't write any of that down because I don't need to write a textbook. But yeah, lots of stuff are going on there. But that cell phone was huge. That was all Season 2, right? Like, they were introducing it at the end of Season 1. Now Season 2 is where they officially used it. Yeah.
Yep.
That's how that worked.
Well, no, yeah, they completed it and then they set out to go deliver it.
Yeah, they set out to deliver it, and then the beginning of Season 1 was where his friend
Taiju.
Taiju.
Why did I say Taiju? Oh, so we're watching Demon Slayer. Whoops. Season 2 is out right now and we're watching it. Taiju and Yuzuriha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Find it and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it was kind of emotional there. It was nice to see.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down. I am Senku. Oh, you're not.
Yeah.
Or yeah, what would it say?
Lance, I'm just laughing. You had to write that down?
Oh, I just wrote that down because it was funny. Like in my notes, I got.
I thought you wrote it down word for word.
Oh,
no. Like quoting it perfectly.
No, and then my notes, I got a little cry face with a laughing face. It's funny.
Yeah, that one hit you in the feels. Man, I don't want to jump to the end, but at the end, it definitely hits you in the feels. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is a good arc, you guys call it?
Yep.
That's
yeah.
It's called in the anime world.
Yeah, Ricky, why don't you tell us about your roller coaster of emotions you got going on? You were getting so excited. Remember that message you sent us?
About Tsukasa.
Yeah, oh my god, man. So, we talked about it. Okay, first of all, we talked about it, how, we don't like him because he's a bad guy, right?
Yep.
But you kind of like him because he's sort of like the good guy. He has a good purpose, just a wrong view of society, I guess.
Yeah.
But then you obviously watch the Season 2, you see what he's all about, and you see how he wants to keep his word of protecting Senku after he revived his sister, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, then he turns your heart again, and you want to cheer for him. Mm-hmm. Then this fucker's dying, and now he's frozen. Bro, I can't handle this shit. I can't, I love this anime. I'm just going to state that right now.
Oh, yeah.
It made my queue. It's up on my list. So I was just watching this Season 2 over and over again just because, I had mine set up. I had time, whatever. So I keep on seeing this fucking scene and I'm like, fuck, man. When is Season 3 coming out?
Yeah. Oh, and that's why we started watching Dr. Stone, because Season 3 is almost here. And now we're prepared.
Oh, is it? Did we say it got announced?
Yeah, I think we said that in the last episode.
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Matt's computer.
No, but it's a great season too. What'd you think about it so far? Like how it played out, Lance?
Played out. Well, I watched this when it first aired. What, maybe a year ago at this point? Season 2 came out.
Yeah.
So I was watching it fresh, and I was very into it the entire time. What's kind of crazy is we went from season 1 being 24 episodes to season 2 being 12. It really kind of sucks that took that big of a hit and almost felt like it was fast forward. Like you expected so much more to happen just because it was a shorter season. You felt like you were robbed out of anime or something.
Yeah, but it still continued the pace of season 1.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of see how you didn't get that much action.
It was one of those things where I feel like in the manga in the anime they picked a part in the manga where they could just be like, okay, this is the end of season 1, instead of doing like kind of what Yu Yu Hakusho does or some other old school long running ones where it's like, okay, well, we don't really have a break, so we're just gonna keep going, and you can't do that anymore. So you got to have a pause in a season 2 somewhere, and I think that's what they did. I think that's what they did. I believe they just kind of picked a good stopping point. Like, okay, this is when the Stone War arc really ramps up, and this is when all the prelude type stuff happens. And so this is going to be season 1. This is season 2. Yes, season 2 was technically, 10 episodes?
I think it was still 12.
Or it was 11 episodes.
11.
It was 11, and then they had that last episode where it was the before Dr. Stone, and it was really just a recap of the last episode of Dr. Stone.
Oh, I don't remember this.
So...
No, season 2 is 11 episodes, and the last episode is called Prologue of Dr Stone.
Yeah, it's the prologue, and that prologue was essentially like...
No, that's actually still continuing with the story.
Okay.
It's not a flashback or a recap.
Well, then my Funimation might have screwed up, and I just rewatched the last episode over again. Which probably wouldn't be the first time that happened.
Too many beers over there, man.
Well, I've had it... Funimation definitely has its quirks about it, because I've had some times where I'll watch an episode and then I'll be like, I literally just watched this episode. What the fuck's going on?
Oh, yeah.
And so then I'll have to back out of it and then let it reload and go into it. So that might have been what happened to me.
Yeah, I'm seeing episode 11 is called Prologue of Dr. Stone, but that's the episode where Sukuna is put into cryo.
Yeah. He gets put into cryo, but I thought that also happened on episode 10, Humanity's Strongest Tag Team. I thought that happened.
No, that's when he died, or that's when he gets stabbed.
Yeah, that's when they fight
Hyoga,
yeah.
Okay, well, that's...
Yeah, he gets stabbed.
I got my stuff mixed up. Which...
You good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for a second I thought I missed an episode somewhere.
You know what it was? I was reading the manga, and I think I got ahead of myself.
Oh, okay.
So...
Yeah, you might know something.
Yeah, I might have... Because I try and read and watch at the similar time, so I'm not really missing out on anything. Kind of give the...
that way you can pinpoint actual differences in lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah, give all our listeners a good difference between the two. So
yeah, that's smart on your end.
And to go on Ricky's point, Dr. Stone season 3 comes out April 10th, 2022.
April. So at this point, that's
143 days.
Just shy of 4 months.
Yeah.
I mean, this episode's not going to launch until February, so 2 months that point. At this listening point, so it's not far off.
April 10th. I'm looking forward to it. I have not continued with the manga.
Okay, so you're gonna be ready to go.
I'm gonna go fresh on that one as well. Yep. Just because I really liked this one, I want to see it.
Yeah, definitely enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show my kids this anime. It's just very scientific. I feel like
educational
shit. Yeah.
Right. Teach them how to make bombs and stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't do this at home, guys. They won't do it at home.
I'll make sure they take notes from Mecha Senku.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried getting my wife to watch it, and just with our schedules and everything, she said she enjoyed it. We'll see. She didn't continue watching it, so we'll see how much that goes into it.
You gotta learn the code, man.
I know. At least she does watch anime, so I can't complain, because she's watching Yashahime right now.
That's the spinoff of
Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, the Inuyasha.
Inuyasha.
Yeah, the Inuyasha spinoff. So
that's all right. I think I'm probably halfway through that one. It's all right.
Oh, the Yashahime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough said, man. Alright, so I got a question for you guys. Do you guys have a new favorite? or like anybody.
New favorite character?
Yeah, or anybody that you grew fonder for, I guess.
Let Matt start.
I will say I really liked Yin in this one. In season 2, I really like Yin.
I can agree with that.
And then also, I really enjoyed the arrow guy. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Ukyo.
Yukio,
Yeah.
yes.
Ukyo is my favorite right now, just because he's got that sharp eye, he's got that sharp ear. He also wanted to make sure that everyone is playing it safe. He's on the same page with Senku. Like, as long as no one dies, I'll support you.
No.
So that's what I liked.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Ricky?
I'm liking him a lot just because he's clear-minded, he knows what he wants, and he's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, he's got that sense of hearing, the eyesight.
He's powerful, but he admitted to being a wimp.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a wimp. He called himself a coward.
Or he called himself coward? Okay,
Yeah,
I know something like that.
I would more take him as a pacifist, not a coward, because he would still fight, but he didn't like to.
Right.
That's kind of one of those terms, I suppose. Yeah, it was. But I definitely liked Yin. He was probably my favorite in season 2.
Oh yeah, he wasn't as you already know who he is by season 2, so you're not second guessing yourself. Is this guy gonna be a good guy or a bad guy?
Yeah, his loyalties.
So he's gonna stay on the side of science, and he's very important to science because he knows what he knows, and that's about as far as I can go with that.
Technically, he was the most vital person when it came to bringing people over to the kingdom of science. Of course,
because he was mimicking Lillian Weinberg.
Yep.
So he was damn important.
Yep. I found it funny how every time he would mimic her, it would transition into Lillian.
Female version, yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was funny.
That would throw me off sometimes, man. Because I look away at the screen and I'm like, where'd this girl come from?
Yeah.
Oh, then again, we don't just record drinking while we're drinking. We also watch while we're drinking.
Oh,
At least I do.
We're from Wisconsin. Drinking's a pastime, not a hobby. So
It's just what you do.
yeah, but we're not alcoholics.
No, we're professionals.
A little disappointed in Kinro and Ginro. You didn't really get to see much of them. They were kind of just there. After, they were only truly useful in the first season, during the tournament arc and, using muscle power to turbines, and that was pretty much
They're
it.
just tools, Lance.
Uh-huh.
They were tools. That's what the anime is trying to tell you. They're just tools.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they kind of are. So he was Kinro was a tool to help Senku know what it's like to get stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was that.
So,
but I like Ginro, the little blonde kid. He's just hilarious.
Yeah,
he's just a stupid little funny kid. I don't know.
He's definitely got that childish side of him.
Yeah, there you go. But I don't know, I like him. But yeah, I was sad to see not seeing them that much.
So did you guys have a favorite object that was made in season 2?
Man, I got that on my notes. Inventions, I labeled it as.
Yeah.
Do you know how many there were?
I don't off the top of my head.
Let's see. We got the car.
Yep.
We got the space food.
Steam engine.
Yep.
The automobile or the tank.
Yep.
The stun gun, I guess you can call an invention. And the refrigerator.
Refrigerator, you've technically got carbon fiber, like a primitive version of carbon fiber.
Right, which capitalized turning the car into the tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess out of all of those, the car really comes to mind right away for me.
Okay.
That was pretty sweet. What do they call that engine? The wobble engine?
Yeah, the wobbler engine.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a wobbler steam engine.
Yeah, so I thought that was all pretty cool.
I'm with you on that because they also showed a cool scene where against we're in the Industrial Revolution or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're all in a train.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the clothing change. So
I like when they do that.
I thought that was fun because they do that at the end with the pirate ship.
With the pirate ship, yep. When they're getting ready to sail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how they're preparing. I know they're preparing us for that kind of stuff, but to put them in that fake scenery where you can see them in different clothes and stuff like that, that's just fun.
And then the car, seeing the super fast car drive through when Gin thinks of a car. And
the automobile. Yep. And then you come up with a wobbler engine.
Mm-hmm.
While we're still on the topic of car, did you guys notice what the license plate said on the car?
Senku?
Close, very close. It was called Senku 2. That was the license plate. I don't know where Senku 1 went.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think.
But yeah.
Oh. Matt, what was your favorite invention?
I would probably say the pseudo carbon fiber, being a car carbon fiber is everything. So it's
You remember how they said that was made?
the resin on top of the paper, essentially.
Right, the liquid plastic on top of paper.
Yep, it was
Strong enough to withstand Kinro shoving a blade
into it. Yeah, definitely not the carbon fiber we use, but hey, it's an anime, so it's okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's an anime. Well, speaking of inventions, we said that they made a refrigerator, right?
Yep.
All right. So this is kind of a loaded question. What are your thoughts on freezing Tsukasa to death? And do you like this happy-go-lucky path that they're taking? Because nobody's died.
Right.
Nobody.
Matt, I'll let you start this one, and maybe I can finish off if you have any opinions.
I don't mind it only because, one, Senku said from the beginning he wants nobody to die, so that's his goal. So right now, nobody has died. Two, we don't know if Senku's ever going to come back, if Tsukasa is going to come back in their lifetime. So yeah, cool. He didn't die, but as far as Senku's concerned, he might actually be dead. Like, in Senku's lifetime, he is technically dead because they'll never talk to him again.
Yeah, very true. And if I can just continue off of that, and that's because I like to dabble in some sciencey stuff on podcasts and all the fun stuff. So I like to stay updated on stuff, and cryogenics was interest of mine a while back. And from what I remember, currently there is like nothing that we can say for certain about cryogenics, like that it's a legit way to preserve for a future working mind. So it's all just a gamble. So like people have paid lots of money to freeze themselves so that they can be unfrozen in the future and live in an awesome place. But there is no guarantee that that's actually going to work.
Yeah, they're gonna,
unless reptiles are like the only ones that it legitly works with.
So he's going to kind of cheat because he's only freezing him in the sense of he's like petrifying him without the petrification of the stone.
Right.
So he's trying to do it so that he can turn them into stone to revive him.
Right. So he's going to preserve the body as best as he can.
Yep.
Until they find out how to petrify.
Yep.
And I guess
that's
the best.
And that's going to take forever. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to assume they're going to build this ship, find the petrification.
And that's the deal, because we know that season 3 is going to be something about,
sailing
boats. So what? They're just going to leave Tsukasa on this island, that wherever they are, Japan.
With his sister, yeah.
With this, who says Mirai is going to stay with?
Mirai says she's going to be watching over him every single day.
Okay.
And make sure nothing breaks.
Okay, so that was okay. Thank you. You did say you just got done watching this like multiple times.
Yeah.
Because I was about to ask if they're all going to be exploring the world. How do they know for sure that Tsukasa's refrigerator is going to be running?
And there has to be somebody that stays because they've got the 2 prisoners. They
got the village.
Yep, the village. Who's the new bad guy? I'm drawing a blank on his name.
No.
The one that showed at the very end?
Yeah, the guy with the marks on his face above his...
I don't think we got a name on that, because that was going to be a question that I was asked.
I'm pretty sure we got a name.
Who are you referring to?
The guy who did kill sort of Tsukasa.
Hyoga.
Oh, Hyoga.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, he's a prisoner.
Somebody has to watch over him, and then somebody has to watch over Humora.
Hoku, the Minami girl?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're both
the reporter girl?
No, she's not the reporter.
The pink girl.
She's the gymnastics.
Oh, the gymnastic girl with fucking pucker-ass lips.
Yeah.
Yep.
Her lips bother me.
I know, me too.
Hamura.
Yeah.
Homura. Yeah.
So there's going to be people that stay because of that. Obviously, all the old people, they're not going to travel. So
yeah, I mean, they didn't travel on the car because they knew they were going to slow everyone down, which I thought was interesting, but good on them. I wrote down that they felt confident in the team science's screw whatever I wrote down. They just had faith in victory, so that's why they were cool staying behind.
Yeah.
Yep. And so there'll definitely be some people there.
That's true.
I kind of want to talk about season 3 just because we're already on that subject.
Go for it, bro.
Like what we would hope for?
What do you think is going to happen out of season 3?
Well, we know it's going to be boats.
We know boats.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
they're going to find another boat. And they're going to have cannons blasting cannons against each other.
Well, so Pirates of the Caribbean.
I would like to expect that there's going to be some form of enemy pirates, more humans out there But then that also kind of contradicts what we feel we know at this moment, where Senku's dad and his space crew started repopulating the world.
So that's one village. Okay. Sorry.
That doesn't necessarily mean that the outcast people in the 3,700 years didn't start their own shit.
Hold on. Now that you say that, I remember the couple. Remember when they're in space, the older gentleman and the older lady?
The Russian...
The two Russians, yeah.
Remember, they left to go find help and they never came back.
Well, they believe they died. I guarantee you they died only because they left kids. I feel like they wouldn't have left their kids.
Oh, did they? Okay, never mind. I was thinking something else. Like, they started their own little...
their
own little village.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I was saying, too, like, they did make mention that they did kick people out of their village. Like,
yeah, they have kicked... Well, it's not that they kicked people out of their village, per se.
I thought there was some form of banishment that they had mentioned.
Yeah.
Well, they had talked about, if we don't know who you're from, you must have been kicked out of the village. So that means they think they've kicked people out of the village, but they're not sure. Like, everybody that's in the village in their lifetime was in the village.
Right.
Now, if beforehand, if there was been some people that got kicked out, we don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 3,700 years have gone by. Who's to say? To expect this one group of humans to stay together for 3,700 years is extreme. There's been outcasts if they started their own little clans. So, of course, it's not that crazy to think that there is other people on the world.
So, well, one thing is, what do you think the likelihood of them being the only ones, like Senku and Taiju being the only ones to break out are? Do you think they're the only ones, or do you think somebody else
just so happened to get figured out? I mean, you can say that it's like 1 in a 10 billion chance. Because the fact that Senku broke out was a miracle in itself, because he just so happened to have been washed into a cave and got batshit on him.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what they said in season 1. There was like tsunamis and stuff like that. Like, his rock body got washed into the cave. I know he was keeping himself awake with thinking and stuff, but it was ultimately nitric acid.
Yeah, that was pouring downstream from the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And somehow alcohol did get mixed in there, so I'm a little fuzzy on how that exactly worked. Like, were they saying that, like, his active mind excreted some form of alcohol, and that? I don't know. I'm lost on that.
I think the nitric acid, with him being active, like his mind being active, helped loosen the petrification enough for him to break out.
Right.
I think is what it was. I don't think the alcohol had anything to do with it. I think the fact that he kept himself awake, the petrification lessened, and he was able to break out. My belief is that there is somebody else similar to Senku. That's what I think season 3 will be. I think they're going to go onto some land. They're going to think it's because they're going to Africa.
No, South America.
South America, yeah.
Yeah,
So they're going to...
Yeah, because they pinpointed that's where they think that the original source of the petrification beam came from. That's right.
So I think they're going to wash ashore onto America, because it's America, and, going to be like Columbus and go to the wrong place. And they're going to run into another Senku, except for he's going to be evil instead.
I can see that.
I think that's what season 3 is going to be.
And I think they'll be washed off course, because 3,700 years of continental drift, just like the stars moving in the sky.
You don't think Senku's thinking about that?
Oh, I'm sure he's thinking about it, but I don't think that that's something that he can expect. I mean, I don't know, unless he previously understood plate tectonics.
Bro, did you see how he got the measurements for Lillian?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. He can come up with whatever he wants.
But he was still wrong.
Yeah.
I think...
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was wrong.
They edit the photos.
Well, because he was using his guesstimations, but...
Guesstimations?
Yeah. But Nikki said that he was wrong, and then she accepted his wrong answer because of Photoshops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a washover. That whole scene just bothered me. Like, Nikki was asking those legit serious questions, and Senku made some badass, good guesstimation answers, but they were all wrong. But Nikki just accepted them. Like, yeah, they wouldn't be like that anyway. So it didn't matter. It was almost like a wasted time.
Well, let's be honest. So if you're able to make, what was it, 500 million yen. Or what is
I don't remember the number.
So some crazy amount of money. If you're going to make some crazy amount of money, you're like, like it's believable. Hey, I made about 50, 60 million copies of my albums. And then if you say 70% of your money comes from touring, it's like, oh, well, yeah, that's true. I'm not going to remember a couple 100,000.
Right, because his number was off of CD sales.
Yeah, that's all she was asking for.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're, in this case, 10 million off, because she's probably not going to know she probably does know the exact number, but still, it's going to be close. But his whole knowing her measurements just from that one picture was insane.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I think he's going to wash ashore of the United States, and then they're going to trek. Because I think he's going to be like, okay, so science did this and this to the plate, so now all of the North America continent is together, and it's one giant continent, so we're just going to go on the coast somewhere and call it a day.
And then you come to find out that Senku's real name is Christopher Columbus. Mind blown, bro.
And it's going to be, you're going to run into some evil Senku, and they're going to have some bunch of...
Or maybe like a long lost like sibling that he never knew about.
Well, yeah, because he's a stepson, right?
Yeah, he's a stepson to
Is
the
he
father.
adopted?
That's what I was about to ask because we don't know anything about mom.
We don't know either. All we know is that Byakuya was not his father. That's all we know.
Blood father, yeah.
Blood father.
Yeah. Commingled all that.
Damn, Lance, how much have you had to drink?
Well,
I don't know, but I need another one,
much,
bro.
Yeah, I'm ready for another one.
Beer?
Let's take a quick beer run.
All right.
Hey Audio Pongers, I'm Philip.
Oh, we're doing that right now? And I'm Nave from the Gaming Together Cooperative Podcast.
If you're listening to Audio Pong, then I know you're fans of deep conversation, like this. And depending on what you give them, some people don't like some stuff.
I figured that out too.
What, did you give like a dandelion to the hobo and he's like, you think because I'm homeless I want this trash?
No, I just walked around giving people gifts, and everything I gave everyone, they hated. So I was like, all right. I was fishing, and I was just giving people fish. I was like, here is a sunfish. And they're just like, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm like, I don't know, eat it! It's a fish! Release it back into the water. I don't care.
Wait, what would you say if somebody, like the new farmer in town, just gave you a fish while you were walking down the street, minding your own business?
If I lived in a rural area where people ate, like, there's a fisherman. That's all he does in the village. So it's like, I'm sure fish become gifts, right? Like, that's gotta be a thing, right?
Are you saying right now fish become gifts?
Here's some food. Like, it's just like, here's a cake, but here's a thing that is nourishing to you.
You're telling me that you get the same gift value out of giving somebody a cake as you get from giving them a raw fish?
Well, no, because the fish is... Whatever. I'm sure someone wants the fish. Maybe they're the ones I'll marry. The ones that want the raw fish.
That's Gaming Together, a cooperative podcast. Come on down, co-op partners.
And welcome back. So I'd like to talk about Yo.
Okay.
What about him?
He's annoying.
Is that all you want to say?
Pretty much. What do you guys think about Yo?
So wait. No, I want to hear why.
Okay.
Why is he annoying?
Well, quick for our listeners, Yo was that ex-cop. He had that crazy spiky hair thing going with the Billy Club, and he was always just shady. I don't know, the fact that he just slithered his way through stuff, and like he like faked his death and told one of the grunts to tell Tsukasa that he fell off a waterfall or something like that. And then he sneaks his way back into the kingdom of science, like, oh, I had a concussion. Well, he didn't say concussion, but amnesia. So and then he soon said, like, oh, so I'm free from all my crimes. And then Nikki's like, so are you admitting?
Does that count as a confession?
There it is. That's what she said. Like, he had it was all comical and it was all very funny, but
he's got a problem.
Little bastard.
He's got a problem.
He was a comedic relief because then he was talking about when he got petrified, he was taking a leak on the street, and was it Nikki that was like, "You were a cop?"
Yeah, right.
Oh wait! I'm glad you said that, Matt. Oh, I need to bring this up. You motherfuckers. Yes, I'm talking both of you.
Both of us.
So, do you guys remember last episode when I was talking shit about Tsukasa?
Uh-huh.
And I'm talking shit about him, right? Like, oh, he looks like he got petrified while taking the shit. And then,
Oh yeah.
And then when I'm watching season 2, I don't know if this is when he got petrified, but when he's with his baby sister, like in the hospital, like in the chair, it's like he got, that's where he got petrified. So I feel like an asshole for saying that.
Oh.
When he's,
Did they show that?
well, I don't know if he got petrified at that moment.
At the hospital?
Yeah, but he looks like he's sitting down, like exactly how he got petrified. So, but yeah, it made me think that I wrote it down like, these motherfuckers are assholes.
Well, to be fair, I didn't remember how and where he actually did get petrified, but I know they like to make these fun little jabs that like they're not afraid to make like dirty jokes. So he could have been on the toilet. I'm surprised he didn't.
I will say I didn't remember. My memory is terrible, so I didn't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was funny because it looks like from that moment he got petrified because he's sitting down thinking, and that's how they found him.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
That's a very good possibility, though. He might have been talking to somebody or just sitting down and thinking about his next fight, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to the character that Lance mentioned, what do you think about Yo, Matt?
He was okay. I had no qualms about him, really, just because they used him as comedic relief, and he didn't change anything. Like, so he was just kind of there.
Right.
I had no problems with his character. Now in season 3, if he's around and he's useless and kind of in the way, or if they go to a new colony.
I mean, he's technically part of the Kingdom of Science right now, so he's going to be in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's going to be some piece of shit that's going to... Because he was concerned about being, part of the top 4 he wanted to surpass?
Yep.
Do you think he's going to try to claim some kind of high title?
Oh, for sure. That's what he's all about.
Uh-huh.
He needs to get to the top in whatever world he's in.
Well, they might make him a cop again and just watch the prisoners.
Or
and
that.
that's
They can keep him behind. Yeah, good point.
But-
I like that idea.
He might also try scheming his way into stuff, try and convince, the stupid guy, the stupid villager.
The little guy?
No, not the little guy. The guy who wanted to be the leader.
Magma?
Magma, yeah.
Okay.
Might try and, if Magma doesn't go, might try and convince Magma to do some shady stuff. I don't know. This is all speculation.
Speculation. I would like to say no, because I think that Magma's loyalty and his, I don't know where I'm looking for, but you can rely on him in season 2. Like, he had a couple slip-ups of, like, mental farts, like, his old self was bursting out, but he was corrected immediately, and he had no issues with, realizing or just adjusting.
So at this point, are we saying Magma's going to go on the venture, or is he staying behind?
I think they want to keep somebody behind
They're
just in case.
Right? And if they're going to keep anybody behind, I could totally see Yo being left behind to be that guard.
Yep.
But then, I don't know.
But
I don't know what to think about Magma.
The only thing I have, not really against it, but like to kind of fight that is if there was anything symbolic about them being on the pirate ship on the last scene.
Yeah.
If those people that were on it means they're gonna go, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I saw Yo in the back.
Oh, Yo was part of that.
Yeah, Yo was part
that
of
fun clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's an indication that he's going on the adventure with him.
I will admit,
At that point, I would say yeah.
I didn't pay close enough attention
didn't
to
think-
it. So
No, he's in the back, like giving out like the rock sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's in the back.
Yeah, I remember all the super important characters like
Was Magma on there?
See, now that you're saying that, I don't even remember. I just
don't-
remember Senku had his hair flattened by the hat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh,
obviously Chrome.
I think Magma was on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
I couldn't imagine Magma not being there because
He's
is
funny, man.
I mean, aside from Taiju, yeah, Magma is funny. But aside from Taiju, Magma's that brute muscly man that they need to like.
yeah.
be the
Oh, yeah,
enforcer,
definitely. Yeah, because they don't have Tsukasa anymore.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever they're gonna do with this.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I definitely agree. But I'm talking about just to be part of the show. Magma also provides that comical relief.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
He's funny. I like him. He was very sketchy in season 1, but once you know what you know, you appreciate his comedy because he's also very funny.
One of my little favorite scenes with Magma on season 2 is when they're in the brushes and they're trying to figure out where
Ukyo.
is.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, I could just use you as a human shield.
Yep.
And
I like that a lot.
animation.
And Chrome's just taking all the arrows.
Yeah. No, he's funny. I hope they do keep on bringing him back for season 3. But as far as season 2 goes, did we ever get back to like how you guys feel? Oh wait, yeah, we covered that about the death of Tsukasa.
Oh yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, just to touch back on it for a quick second. It's hard. I know this is a very sciencey show, but it's also kind of hard to follow along. Like, I think they have to go sail to South America, find the source of petrification, sail back to Japan, and then petrify him while he's frozen, and then unpetrify him and bring him back to life. I think that's the only legit way that Tsukasa can come back at the end of season 3/season 4.
Yeah, but we'll get there. I did have a Demon Slayer shout out that I noticed. Did you pick it up, Lance?
Maybe. What was it?
Matt, did you pick up any little Demon Slayer?
I'm really terrible about Easter eggs, so no.
Okay. There's a guy dressed exactly as Inosuke. He just doesn't have the beautiful face Inosuke has, but he has the same exact hair, the pants. It's on episode 7.
I was about to ask, did you get an episode count on that?
Yeah, but I'll take a screenshot next time I watch it.
Let's see, episode 7.
He looks just like him. It's just a guy dressed just like him. He's a background character.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But
other than that, I didn't really pick up too many other shout-outs.
I mean, other than one of the final episodes where they're talking about how entertainment brings the world together, and then they show Goku. I mean, just
when they bring back that manga.
Tetsuya Kinomoto. That was a pretty funny scene, because I don't know if many of our listeners know, but manga artists in Japan get their asses handed to them when it comes to deadlines and how little pay they get, or even if you guys even know, like.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
dude, they provide a lot of entertainment for us, but they get shit. They get nothing for pay. They get mad hours. They deserve a lot more.
Yeah,
they get screwed over hardcore.
That's a huge thing. I'm trying to blank on the creator for Yu Yu Hakusho, but the whole
Hunter.
Yu Yu Hakusho Hunter.
Is that where your angle is?
Yeah, he basically, from what I've read, it's all on Facebook, so I don't know how 100% true it is, but for Yu Yu Hakusho, it's on the internet, it's true.
Yeah.
And talking about how he kind of rushed the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho and made an ending because
definitely.
They wanted it to turn into like Bleach and Dragon Ball Z, where it just never stopped. And he didn't want Yu Yu Hakusho to be like that. He wanted it to have a finality and an ending, so he made the ending that they have. And that's why like the Three Kings arc kind of seems rushed.
Especially the final fight between Yusuke and Yomi.
Yep.
100% rushed.
And it goes from like the Yusuke's fight to, hey, it's been like 2 weeks and all these things have changed. And you're just like, what? All right. And then he goes, yeah, I'll be back in 3 years. And then the next scene is like 3 years later. So,
dude, yeah, it's so unfortunate,
bro. I can see it in your face, you're pissed about it.
Because obviously, it's my number one. I don't know, Matt, is it?
One of my top ones, yeah.
On one of the latest episodes, you said it's one of your top 3. But as much as I love it, it's super unfortunate how speedy the ending was, because I just want to see more. And they could easily do so much more.
I will say I did like the ending, but that's for another day.
Like the final okay, yeah, we'll say that for when me and Matt have an episode to burn.
But that's so Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter has been on hiatus for, I think it's 4 years now, because
it feels like it's been longer than that. It just feels like it's been longer than that, at least. But
that's because the curator is sick and doesn't have enough energy and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of those things where they just kind of, mangas will sometimes start off amazing and then kind of go downhill because of deadlines and stuff like that.
Yep.
So
the more you know.
That can be a job in
the
future.
Yeah, what episode was that they revived him?
That was the second to last episode. That was episode 10 that they brought him back.
Actually, no, that was episode 11.
I think
was that 11? Okay, yeah, that was 11.
Going back to the manga artist, Tetsuya.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it was just a quick little funny scene.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they started off funny and then it got in my nose. They ended up pretty fucking sad, bro.
Yeah. But the real life stories behind it. So
no, I got highlighted on episode 11. something that really hits you in the feels is when Senku explains that Mario like tripping balls thing.
I wrote that down in my notes too.
Yeah.
I appreciated the shit out of that explanation, but at the same time,
it was a sad moment.
It was
man.
a super sad moment.
Yeah,
I think that's the legit first time Senku like starts breaking a little bit, huh? Because I mean, he was getting shaky when Taiju answered the phone. Like he said, this moment's so sentimental, I can almost cry or something along those lines.
Yeah,
I think caught himself, but here with Tsukasa is a little bit stronger.
When he heard Byakuya talk.
Oh, there's that too.
Yeah.
Was probably the other, like, it's 1A, 1B, equally emotional. As far as Senku's concerned, equally as emotional.
Right.
Well, that's kind of my question. Which one caught you more in the feels of those two? Either Tsukasa or Byakuya?
They were both emotional. Maybe it'd be a little bit more biased on my end, and I would choose Tsukasa because it was, the most recent.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another word for, recent, but yeah, just because it happened. That shit.
It's the episode you watched the most
recently.
Yeah,
most recently. Yeah, I can get that one. What about you, Ricky?
Oh, they both hit me hard, but I think I got the first one just because the whole stepdad thing.
Oh, that's true. I have a personal attachment to that one. You were talking about that last week.
Yeah, but no, just to add the Super Mario reference was cool in its own way. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't think. I mean, most people probably don't think about it. You just take the video game as it is. Like, sure, you eat an item and you get bigger, but let's put some actual thoughts behind it. Not most. There's plenty of mushrooms out there that are hallucinogens, and sure, let's just make Mario think he's really big and he's just
he says he's tripping balls.
Tripping balls, yep. And he's just stomping on all these Goombas and Koopa Troopas and it just makes it more fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a cool moment.
Yeah, I love that little Easter egg.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what else we got, boys? This is a short season.
Mm-hmm. It was 11 episodes. It's definitely one of the shorter ones that we've watched, and it's not like it was 11 episodes and then a 45-minute first episode or anything like that. And it was kind of just, it wrapped everything up. It seemed shorter just because you had, like, him building something was like one episode, and then, all right, now we're going to go do something, and that's the next episode, and then, all right, you've got the fight scene that lasts 2 episodes, and then it's kind of like, oh, damn, that moved by really fast. You good over there?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Then they had traveling to take the equipment.
Yeah, so it all moved by really quick. What did you guys think of Senku's diversion?
Diversion?
Yeah, the diversion in the beginning of the season.
Oh, blowing up the bladders?
Blowing up all the... Oh, it was blowing up all the bladders to basically make it so Chrome and Magma could go... Again, could go with the cell phone.
Right, to throw off Hamuro's sense.
Yep.
Oh, plus that kind of led to some badass sciencey stuff to, catch Hamura.
Yep.
So, the flashbang?
Yeah.
Well,
the flashbang. Yeah, because he made the flashbang.
How do I talk about this?
I wrote down how he made the flashbang, too. That equals... All right, flash grenade equaled boiled seawater. Zap that with electricity, and that equals magnesium, and then put that in glass.
Well, I'll go right outside and get some seawater so we can boil it.
Oh, yeah. Wisconsin, we're smack dab in the middle. Seawater is far away from us.
That was a crazy time. And then the ultraviolet light that he rubbed all over, I thought it was kind of funny where she was like, hey, basically watch your hands kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his little weak ass can't even pin her down.
Yeah, that was funny.
Come on, bro.
Honestly, I think he wasn't really trying to pin her down, to be completely honest.
No, yeah, because he was already planning ahead.
Yep.
Because he already put that UV light stuff on her at that moment.
But let me ask you this. I understand where you're trying. Yeah. What's the benefit of letting her get away when you're trying to rush to pull out the pins from her?
Yeah, right. Anime drama, for starters.
Well, okay, yeah. Not talking about the story. Right. I'm talking about as a person, in a real life situation like that, what would be the benefit to let her go?
Because all he cares about are science experiments, and he got to do a science experiment.
Damn, that's a good explanation. that's Senku.
Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, since we're still on that topic, I think it's a little quick for him to pull out some fucking UV lights out of nowhere. I think I wrote that one down too, how he made the UV light, but damn, dude.
You want to talk about a UV light, bro? How about that battery armor shield? When did he have time to pick up all that shit?
Oh, right?
Come on.
There's no way that he just so happened to give himself a bodysuit of...
Even Yoga, whatever. Hyoga, yeah. He's like, when did you have time? I'm like, that motherfucker has a point. When the fuck did you have time to make that shit?
Plus, Senku was going downstream. That could have weighed him down, drowned him.
Yeah.
Anime logic.
Yeah.
Anime logic.
Every episode, anime logic.
Anime science.
Yeah.
As long as you have a good explanation, it sounds, real. I'll believe it.
Exactly. Just like you could have Tsukasa just punching a lion one time and killing it.
Okay, yeah, he can punch a lion, right, and kill it. And then, okay, I understand he got stabbed. I get it. You're hurting, bro. I get it.
Through the lung.
But you go to punch this dude's stick and you can't break it?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Not only that, but like going back to how strong stuff is. Okay, well, I know we said that Kinro really didn't do anything, but when Kinro was testing out that armor with the carbon fiber,
Yep.
he took out a fucking tree, but he can't take out a shield.
You break down the wood to make this armor.
Yeah.
When you just broke down the shit that came. Yeah, bro, come on.
Anime logic.
Yeah.
I wish we had a drop for that. That'd be funny. But
It'll be a future thing.
it's the more you just like the
Well,
more you know.
We'll put anime logic. Bring.
So it's just one of those things we just kind of got to accept, and that's okay. I'll accept that one just because it does help add to the story, and not really taking anything away. It's okay.
Another. No, it's just funny.
Yeah.
It was like we said, it's an enjoyable anime. We obviously love it. But another thing to add to this anime logic segment. Do you know the 20 seconds before they get
The fight or fright or fight or flight.
Yeah.
Deal? Yeah.
So I watched this a couple times. One time, I actually timed it from the time they put the start time on the show, and it took...
You nerd.
I was so bored, bro. It took 6 minutes and about 11 seconds. I got distracted, and I didn't stop it in time.
Oh.
Yeah, 6 minutes and 11 seconds. But all that in 20 seconds. All that shit happened.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Ball Z, 10 episodes, even 5 minutes.
Or what's that, Fast and Furious 6, where it was like 30 minutes of screen time to go down a runway.
Oh, really? I didn't make it that far in the series. I kind of gave up on
I don't know
Fast.
how many gears they have, but they were shifting. They were shifting for days, bro.
So, just one of those things. The less you look into it, the better.
Right? It's kind of like saying, like, in different movies where there's always the infinite ammo cheat, where people can have a handgun and they have fucking 100 rounds in there. So I really appreciate movies when they actually show reloading so they don't get this shit on them.
Never reload ever. It's like,
Yeah.
that was like 800 rounds.
And they still can't shoot you.
Yeah, they miss every single shot.
That dude's walking away from you. You still can't shoot him.
Well, then he one-shots everybody.
Yeah, trained by the stormtroopers there. So I got another character, not necessarily a character, but another concept. Like poor Yuzuriha puzzling together every little statue.
For real,
Man, that's
man.
fucking crazy.
For
Like,
real.
I know. I mean, they didn't go into too much detail about how scrambled Tsukasa punched these statues. So they don't. Not every fucking pebble needed to be tiny, but they did show plenty of scenes where they were all tiny, and a mountain of tiny pebbles at that too. Fuck that. That's great. That would. I mean, at the same time, I guess they did show that she could knit a piece of clothing in like 2 seconds flat. So of course she can put a puzzle together.
Yeah,
So there's some anime logic right there too.
Building people back together with I don't know what she was using to glue them back together, because
because they did show the glue.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them explaining how the glue was made. Does that ring a bell?
No.
mud. Everything's glued back together with mud. That's all I got.
Speaking of coming back together, I had a question that I wrote down either in the beginning of this okay, it's not in the beginning of this one. I wrote it down when we cover season 1. I don't know if we talked about it or not at this moment, but if they were to piece someone together, and what if they would have missed a couple pieces like in the middle, and then they made it come back to life?
They kind of made a joke where it wouldn't
They
work.
did, and I wrote it down, and I just wanted to say, in the beginning of episode 11, I didn't write down who says it, but I wrote, quote, splat, blood and gore all over. That's probably...
That's Gen.
That's Gen.
Yeah.
That's definitely Gen that said that.
Yep.
And then that's when they revived the manga artist. But yeah, if they fuck up, then you got a bloody mess. You got a bloody mess. Sorry.
Damn it, Lance.
Damn it, Lance.
So just kind of go off that a little bit. What do you think of all their markings? So all the people that get revived have markings, right? And the biggest one that I noticed it off of was Mirai, his sister, Sukasa's sister.
Mirai?
Mirai.
Oh,
Yeah, Mirai. Yeah, where she could
Mirai.
Mirai. There we go. Because she's got the one on top of her head. We all know that she's got she was technically brain dead. So it's like, okay, that one makes sense now.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even think about it like that.
And then Tsukasa, you see when he cracks, the markings on his face follow along with the cracking of when he breaks free. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but
I didn't pay attention.
so when he breaks free, the markings on his face are the exact same as when he's alive. So his markings across his face are exactly the same, or mirrored, I guess is what you could say, as to when he breaks free.
Like the pattern that they
Yep.
broke.
Yep,
Is,
it's
okay.
the same as on
See,
his face.
That
when
one sounds a little bit more logical. I like the fact that you said that Mirai had a brain deal and now her pattern's closer to her head.
Well, it's on top of her
It's
head.
on top of her. So, yeah. The only issue I have with Mirai's is hers is on her hair.
Yeah.
It's not on her skin. Maybe if they paid closer attention to detail about maybe her pattern could have been like burned into her skull and then like her hair pattern could have been like folding out of it. I don't know how to verbally describe it to our listeners, but like you can see like bald spots at that point, if that makes more sense.
I think just for aesthetic purposes, it's easier and
Oh,
better
for sure.
looking to
Yeah.
make it in her hair.
But maybe if they were to make this into a live action, I think they should take my route, what I was saying. Just to be more legit.
God damn.
But aesthetically, yes, it does make it look better.
I would hate
the
to
way
be
they did it.
that person.
Yeah,
But
poor
then-
Mirai.
But then you've got like Senku, who's got it right on top of his eyes,
Uh-huh.
and you got Taiju that's
You
got
got-
it over one
you got-
eye. And,
No,
Yeah.
Taiju's also got it a little bit on the other eye.
Yep, but then Yuzuriha doesn't have it.
She's
She's
got
got-
on her body.
Does she have it on her body?
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Okay.
she's got her headphones.
Yeah,
So,
so
is that still Stone? I think that one's just because she was wearing headphones in season
Well,
one.
she does have it on her body because I was gonna bring it up last episode, but then I'm like, oh, they were in the hot springs and you can see it on her back. I think.
Oh, really? I don't remember.
yeah, I must have missed that. But then Hyoga has got it on his
All over
on
his
his mouth. Yeah,
That reminds me of
thinking of Bane.
no, Jujutsu.
Oh,
the guy,
okay.
the guy
Oh.
who can't say words like Bento and
Yeah,
because he has the same deal with
the
his.
amplification.
Yeah.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah, he had the same.
Yeah.
Where's Ukyo? Where's Ukyo's marks? I don't remember.
So Ukyo, you don't see.
Gen's obvious. I mean, he's got that thing going across his side of his face.
Yes, it'll be interesting that if it just happens to correlate with that one because we know her basically she was brain dead.
Right.
But I think Yo had it above his eye that he kept the petrification on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he did show a mark above his eye.
No, he has it like in his eye, like 3 cracks coming down. 3 cracks.
Yeah,
going up.
and that's why he wore that big eye patch for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It was just aesthetics. That's cool.
And we're gonna,
Do you have insight on that or what? Or
I
why-
don't. It's more of just a what you guys think.
Nikki doesn't have anything. I don't remember her having any cracks.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
In the beginning of the series, she kind of sounded more like one of the grunts, and you don't really see anything along with the grunts. I'm sure maybe if we took a screenshot and examined, we could see stuff, but not that it matters. No one cares about grunts. But yeah, Nikki, I don't remember anything on her.
So yeah,
They're running out of humans at this, or old school people at this point.
it'll be interesting to see just because I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen anything, and I'm curious if.
I mean, Minami, she's got those shitty horns that copying Yuzuri has headphone deal.
Mhm.
Yep.
The reporter.
Yeah, but she's the reporter, so I kind of took that as just like an homage to her previous job.
Right. Gave her the horns because she's a bad girl.
Yeah.
She's
I
a
guess-
bad girl.
I got one final question. Who do you guys think that person is at the end of it?
That was one of my questions too. To me personally, I think he's just gonna be the number one villain that we should look forward to.
Oh, that stoned guy. Okay, the guy that was in Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at first glance, I thought that was Tsukasa. But then again, because they did like a bottom up kind of a slow camera deal. And you can see that it's definitely not Tsukasa. But
I thought they started from the
Yeah,
top
top
down.
down.
okay, we'll reverse then. But
Well,
still,
I don't know why, but just because he was in that stance and he was doing like this little number, like snapping his fingers to activate something, I feel like he's the person that did the stone. I don't know.
Gave the command to start the stoning?
Or something.
Sure. Petrification, not stoning. That's probably a better word.
Yeah.
I hope that they find the original source of petrification and it's going to be some secret little society
I think
that's already
will.
super advanced.
I think they'll find something.
Mm-hmm. I'll be super surprised if they don't find some secret advanced super society from 3,700 years ago.
Yeah, because it just can't just be them.
Yeah, like if this was all an accident that they did on humans, I'd find that harder to believe because we saw in season 1 that they were practicing on birds.
Yeah.
So an accident would be a letdown. I expect a secret society.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys.
I can see that. It would be... I'm looking forward to seeing more about... I hope they find out what's going on. I hope that's what happens in season 3. And then they kind of just go beyond that, if that makes sense. Like, season 4 will just be whatever happens afterwards.
Yeah.
I get exactly. Like, I hope, like, are you saying you hope it's, the whole storyline is not trying to find what happened instead of just finding out what happened and then moving past it?
Yeah, because they can't change it. It's
Yeah.
almost 4,000 years later. It's not like you're going to reverse time.
Yeah, exactly. So find the truth and then deal with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of just
I
having
can
the whole
buy that.
anime about finding what happened and then, that would suck.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I can see Dr. Stone being a very good like live action like movie series. If they do it right, like Marvel style. Obviously, you can say if it's anything's Marvel style, they can do anything great. But like, I feel like there's been movies and stuff that have been out there that have touched on aspects of this in some terms of like finding
Is it? I can see it. This would be a good movie series.
the Will Smith one with the zombies we were talking about.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Like they were finding the source, but like they couldn't really do anything about it. Like, they found the antivirus. Whatever. And I'm just losing track of wherever I was going. Point being, I think this would make a great live action movie series. Maybe not a television series, but a movie series, so that you can keep things fast enough, but at the same time, because I feel like a movie would be quicker in a TV series.
I could see them
make
making
a season of a movie.
Yeah,
I could see them making this a live action. What if they make it a live action adaptation series? Honestly, this isn't something that's super crazy that would be hard to make into a live action. Which
maybe except Senku's hair. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
No, that's fine. Senku's hair is great. It'd be just fine. It does look like a leak, which kind of throws me off every once in a while.
It does look like a leak.
And then you've got...
For our listeners who don't know what a leak is, just picture the Pokemon Farfetch'd, and that's the weapon he's holding. That's a leak.
I also think of... It's better than mine, where every time I think of a leak, I think of Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs, too.
Oh, I was thinking about taking a piss.
Yeah, I was going to throw you under the bus, like, and Ricky's thinking about taking a piss. But you already called yourself out.
It's alright.
I've never seen any of the Cloudy movies, so I don't know any better.
Well, they've got a part where it's there's a leak on the boat, and it's an actual leak, and it just screams, just like a little I'm a child apparently, so I laugh at it.
Yeah.
Well, you got a child, so you have a way out of that.
No, he watches those movies without Jimmy.
This is before Jimmy.
It was before Ginny, but that's okay.
Told you. What did I say?
That's why he has a kid, so they can watch movies.
Yeah, come on.
Has
And then
excuses.
make her watch Harry Potter all the time. It's great times.
Tainter.
Tainted.
Her name is Ginny, so she's kind of...
Oh yeah, you did name her after Harry Potter.
That's why I laughed. Tainted on her own name?
Yeah. She has no choice, granted.
She has no choice.
The book Ginny is much better than the movie.
I thought you were saying the child Ginny.
Yes, the child Ginny is great. She is great.
The book was better. Oops, sorry. Hey, Bella.
Apparently my dogs decide they want to be a part of this as well.
Right now.
Anyway, back to the anime. So it's every time Kasuki, so the old man, just transforms. It's
gets
hilarious.
super buff. Turns into Master Roshi.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh every single time.
Every time. He gets all excited about science, and all of a sudden, his baggy ass robe just expands and rips, and then he's just fucking Brawley Jr. there.
It does kind of remind me of Food Wars because I've got the derobing in Food Wars, so it's kind of similar where the clothes just explode.
Oh, their taste buds get all erotic.
Their
I'm
taste
assuming.
buds
Foodgasms.
From Foodgasms. Thank you. That's way better way to describe what I was
Yeah.
trying to say.
You erotic motherfucker.
I am happy to say I did finish. I finally finished Food Wars, and it took me way too long to finish it.
Took you way too long. Kazuki's a good guy, though. I thought it was funny that he was super emotional about building that car without Chrome.
Yep.
And then I wrote a note that they said that all of America would be crying. How exactly did that play out? But I don't understand. He was just, all of America would be crying for Chrome right now because he's not here to appreciate this car.
No, I don't remember that.
I don't remember exactly. Oh, okay. Well,
I can't remember that quote exactly. I do know the reference. I just can't remember what the quote is. And it was good. I find it funny that they had.
Sorry, episode 5. I wrote it the quote. All of America would be crying for him. Oh crap! That's all I wrote. They're talking about Chrome.
Apparently that's it. All of America would be crying for him.
It's because Chrome was captured in that cell, and they built the car without him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was. I thought it was crazy trying to think of Chrome trying to escape himself. All the ways he was trying to think of escaping.
Oh, and he was trying to do the finger to the forehead like Senku. I thought it was pretty funny.
I will say the second time through, Senku's catchphrase definitely is not as annoying the second time through as the first time through.
Get excited?
Yeah, no, the 10 billion%.
Whoa.
Then 10 billion percent
10
chance
billion%.
and didn't move me 1 millimeter.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 big ones.
Or get excited too, but he didn't really use it that much in season 2.
2 times, maybe 3.
Yeah, it wasn't very many.
Wasn't too many.
And then Gen making fun of him for it, like using it himself. Yeah,
When
Gen
did he do that?
Gen used the 10 billion%.
Oh, okay. This does ring a bell.
Talking about, I think it was talking about was it the dynamite that they were making?
Yeah.
I think
To go find Mirai.
Yeah, I did find it funny. They used, was it paper airplanes?
I was about to say we forgot to
Yeah.
talk about how they made explosive fucking paper airplanes. That's fucking amazing.
You know, a little small detail we haven't mentioned either. Gen really likes to use Pig Latin. Is that Pig
Oh
Latin?
yeah, we didn't. Yeah, it's Pig Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys? Okay, Pig Latin. Do you guys ever used to talk Pig Latin back in like elementary school?
No, because I didn't
No.
understand how to use it.
No?
I do now, but
We do not. Okay. Well, I mean, for our listeners, Pig Latin is taking the first letter, putting it at the end of the word, and putting an A at the end of it. So let's just say play. What? That's lepa. Lepe. Sorry, it's always got to end in a hard A. So lepe. That's how you say play.
Yep.
No. Yeah, I remember that. It was, I could have done without it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's just,
Yeah, I never used it.
yeah, I didn't use it either. So apparently,
Lance, I feel like you've used it.
I used it in 3rd grade because a couple cool kids in elementary school were trying to talk Pig Latin. I learned it and I'm like, well, you can say one word for every like 6 seconds because you need to think about how to say a word. So freaking weird. And then it takes just as long for them to respond because they need to reverse it and try to understand how that works. And it's
apparently Lance tried being the cool kid in elementary school.
No, he tried being the okay kid.
good response.
Oh, shit. man.
Pig Latin, not worth it. But if it's just a simple concept.
Yeah, it was that was probably the only, I guess, annoying part on my end was Gen's Pig Latin.
Yeah, it is what it is.
What else you guys got, man? This is a short season, like we said before. So
It was short, and I definitely enjoyed the pacing. It was nice. They didn't drag anything out because they could have made this a 12, added another basically 30 minutes worth of content somewhere, and just maybe made a filler episode or something. And I'm glad they didn't.
no, it definitely has good pacing. Like me and Lance were talking before, it kept up with the pacing of the last season.
Yep.
It's just that's all they had to say.
Right, you just feel like you're missing out on content because it's half the episodes.
Yeah.
In episode 10, Hyoga blows up the cave.
Yep.
Do we have confirmation that they no longer have access to the acid that makes?
Yeah, you see the the cave.
Yeah, but Kazuki says that the miracle fluid is buried in there.
Yeah, Katsuki confirms that the cave is just destroyed.
Okay. I was just saying, it may be buried in there. Maybe that one single cup that was in the process of being. But you still need the bats to start doing shitting. You need the bats to do their magic.
You need the dookie, bro.
Yeah. They need to go find a new bat cave.
Apparently, they need to find another bat cave.
But then again, what's the point of this miracle fluid if they're going to be traveling over water?
Yeah, they'll have to find a new one in
South America. So they're going to. Yeah, I mean, they're going to come across another human race. Yeah. It's going to be something.
Still think there's another Senku out there. I think that's what it is. I think there's going to be an evil Senku and then our Senku.
You think he has black hair?
Yes.
In a goatee?
No goatee, but his hair's...
Do you think he has a black lab coat?
No. Yeah, maybe. He might. He might dye it all black.
Yeah.
And then and all spiky hair. No, not the bangs. Just all
two little bangy thingies.
No two little limps.
No, just all all spiky hair. Watch, it's gonna be that one guy that we saw at the end.
That's what I would have liked to imagine. Like at that last episode where they showed that stone guy. Crap, you know what? He was a stone guy. So never mind. We're all on the same page that this is gonna be his long lost bro.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Oh, I'm saying.
Well,
It's
a possibility.
All right, that was one thing I brought up at least.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to be like anti-Senku, essentially, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Like the opposite, like bad guy, good guy.
Yeah.
That I do think. I think it's going to be the bad Senku.
Okay, if it does happen to be his brother, that's going to be super ass cheesy. I think I will be let down if it is his bloodline brother.
Yeah. A little bit too much of not a cliche, but...
No, definitely cliche.
Is it cliche?
Yeah, that's cliche.
Super cliche and super, I wouldn't say predictable, but
that's what I was thinking too.
It'd be childish to do that.
That's another word.
Yeah, if you go that route, it's too predictable. You
can't,
please don't.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out on April 10th or whenever we decide to start watching it.
You think you'll have a nice tan?
South America?
Yeah.
No, it's going to be Senku. He can't tan.
No, I'm talking about his brother.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be Senku. He can't tan.
Yeah, he'll be a nerd trapped indoors. He's not going to be in the sun. He's not doing...
You don't know his life.
You don't know him. Not to disrespect your people.
And we ain't from South America. We're from Central.
Yeah, closer than us whiteys.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, to go back to this. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've really got, except for just some manga differences, really.
Yeah,
Lance, you got anything?
I'm pretty burnt out on characters at this moment.
I've been tapped out for a while.
All right, let's get into Matt's manga mentions. NANI?!
Just like season 1, I will say they did an amazing job in keeping true to the story. There's only a handful of things that I noticed that were different. So the original plan, as you guys know, was to bury the cell phone, and the only thing is Gen mentions that they want to bury it with enough sticking out that somebody knows that it's there. They don't mention that in the anime. They just kind of talk about burying it.
Yeah.
So they want it to actually be visible. They didn't want it so that Taiju had to, just... Well,
in the anime, Taiju did notice that something was off.
He noticed something was off, or...
That it was just dug up.
Yeah.
Somebody dug it up.
And so the original plan was to have, like, the speaker sticking out just enough for somebody to notice it when they got on top of it. Oh. But that was it. But because they ran into... Yukio.
That was another funny moment, by the way. It just reminded me of a video game. The sound effects when they were running away. I'll post that on Instagram.
Okay.
And so because of Yukio, they got into a quick change of plans, and that gave Senku a warning, like a warning that only Senku would know, because they had to bury it, that something was off. That Senku does mention that something had to have happened because Gin wouldn't have buried it.
Ooh, that kind of makes me wonder. This isn't a legit cell phone, so they're connected at all times. So technically, it couldn't.
They're not connected. They're not connected. You see the pseudo cell phone tower.
Yeah, that's right. There was that cell phone tower at the top of the tree, and that's how they caught what's her name?
Homura.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, because she went to and she saw that. I don't want to say a satellite, but
she saw the cell phone tower in the tree.
So, yeah, that little main tower. Okay, so yeah, it was wireless.
Yeah, it was.
Interesting. Never mind. Yes, but that the entire time they were sending Morse code.
Yeah, you can send radio waves. That's all radio wave stuff. You can do that with towers.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, because that's how you do it now.
It's all radio.
Yeah, it's radio waves.
I mean, radio waves moves at the speed of light.
Sound. Radio. Sound.
No, it moves at the speed of light.
Well, radio's
it's a wave.
Yeah, it's a wave. So anyway.
I think I heard earlier today, in fact, that it moves at the speed of light because you can send a radio wave into space and it moves at the speed of light.
I'm not that smart.
Facebook fact check it.
Oh boy.
Internet's true. No matter what they said, internet's true.
All right, I have to look into that again.
I don't have a PhD in anything, so we're just gonna continue on with
I have a PhD in watching anime.
Our anime topics.
Logic.
All right, Matt. What else we got?
One thing that continues on with the cell phones is you remember the conversation with Yukio and Senku? Ukyo, yes.
Ukyo and Senku?
Yep.
Which one specifically were like not to
At the
kill
gravesite?
people?
At the gravesite, yep.
Oh, when they were kind of whispering to each other?
Yeah.
So in the manga, he is speaking English. So Senku knows English in this, and so does Gin. And
so it's probably easy to...
So they're just talking English in the manga, and that is how they're getting away with having the conversation.
That's very interesting.
That's cool.
Because to us Americans, reading the manga is translated to English.
Mm-hmm.
So did the manga specifically say, like, in English?
Yeah, Gin talks about, he has like a thought where he's like, oh, he's saying this in English. I wonder why he's saying this in English.
Okay. That's super awesome.
Yeah.
Because in Japan, they're all reading this in Japanese.
Well, in the dub, it's like, well, of course it's in English. That's how they talk. But
so it would be hard. Yeah, in the anime, it would have been hard to translate that. I mean, not that other anime haven't done it.
They substituted pretty nicely though with the whole whispering.
Yeah, the whispering thing was definitely a good playoff. I think that was spot on. Totally bought onto that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious if in the sub they do speak English. That'd be something that
we can look into.
Something we could look into, or if somebody's watched it subbed, could let us know that they spoke in English. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna make a note and I'm gonna go back and see that myself.
See if it is
if they follow the manga in the Japanese form. Yeah. All right. So continue. I'll make a note. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see. So that's kind of something they talk about. Those are the only 3 people apparently that speak English in that area, which kind of makes sense because you've got all the dumb foot soldier kind of people in the area, and then Nikki would be the only person I would really see that knows English
because she listened to that pop singer.
Yeah,
and she looked clearly white or American.
Well, Lily was American.
Yeah.
But obviously you're going to have it translated to whatever country you're in. So that's not uncommon.
I would think that Nikki Nikki Japanese?
Yeah, Nikki's Japanese.
Okay. Just like how we listen to Gangnam Style.
Yep.
There was that didn't get word for word translated for us.
Yep.
So I'm sure the American version would have been played for them.
All I can say is because Lily was so...
Not every song's translated.
Yeah, you'll lose out on that.
You might lose out on some of it, but just she was like the number 1 singer, so she was probably so well liked that she probably got a translated version in her own singing.
I don't know. If they're claiming that Nikki's this super fan, I'm pretty sure Nikki knows English.
But that's again, we're trying way too hard to look into ruining the.
Here we go, doing too deep of a dive into something that doesn't matter.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Continue on, Matt.
And one thing they don't talk about is the molds for the steam engine are made out of beeswax.
They do talk about that.
They do talk about. I heard wax. I didn't know if they said beeswax.
They made them out of beeswax to make the mold, and then they pour the hot copper in.
Okay. Yep. Then melted, and then
Perks to watching it multiple times, huh, Ricky?
Yeah.
melted. They use melted honeycomb is one thing that they talk about.
Yep.
That sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, because they told the story. It's stuck in my head, bro. They told the story that they collected those honeycombs before to make something else, but then
Yeah, they did do that. Yeah,
they didn't use them.
that sounds familiar.
And then, did they talk about where Senku got the resin from?
To make the carbon fiber?
That
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No.
So-
He just all of a sudden had liquid
Yeah,
plastic.
he just had it. So they got that from making cell phones.
Okay.
When they made the cell phone, he had the leftover resin.
They were recycling all the cell phone stuff to do, I don't remember which specific project they were working on, but they
Basically,
did
yeah.
the
break everything
refrigerator.
down. The refrigerator, thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
So obviously this is
But
slightly
that's
before.
after the tank,
Yeah, this is way after the tank.
when they repurposed
Yeah.
the cell phone.
Yeah, because they were taking the tank apart too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, might as well repurpose it.
Yeah, Katsuki was getting super excited about that. Let's see. Other than that, so everybody knows, season 2 ends on chapter 83. And so people know, let's see, there are currently, I'm trying to pull it up now, there are currently 212 chapters.
Damn.
There's 212 chapters, and we're on chapter 83.
That's so much more anime to come.
Yes. Hopefully. I hope this
Hopefully,
all gets produced. So
I think it's up there, man. I think this anime is getting very
definitely-
popular. Very
Yeah,
popular.
I would agree.
Yeah.
This is one that
Especially since season 3's coming out.
they 100% should finish. Just to put it in perspective, I mean, Jujutsu is on 170 and they're on season 2.
Chapter. Oh, yeah.
So it'll be...
Yeah, what really sucks right now is just, I don't know about you guys, but this character page that I have up has like over 10 characters in black and white.
Yeah, they have a bunch of characters that I'm like, oh man.
Right? So we're already getting a little pre-introduction to who we could expect. I mean, that's beside the fact.
I will say, don't look up the characters if you don't want some spoilers going on.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't spoil yourself. We're speculating because we just like to have fun with what we would like to see in season 3.
Yeah, and we're gonna see it eventually, anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And honestly, so that's it. That's all the differences. There's just a couple. They do a really good job of
Saying true.
staying exactly to the manga. There's a couple references, as you can tell from season 1, that are made, but it's really only a couple. And then that one change when it comes from speaking English to whispering, which when it comes to dub, at least, you kind of have to do it because you couldn't do that you couldn't be like, oh, they're just speaking English. It's like, well, they're speaking English
The
now.
entire time. Yeah. But I like that concept. I think it's a very fun thing to throw out there because this is supposed to be originally Japanese. So yeah,
Yep.
it's cool.
All right, anything else, boys?
Nah, I'm tapped. Yeah, like your word, I'm tapped out.
Yep. Lance, you want to kind of send us out?
Sure. So that was today's episode of season 2 of Dr. Stone. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. Make sure you hit that follow button on all the podcast stuff so you get notified when we release a new episode every other Saturday. And,
Or just look it up on Instagram, Facebook.
right, that too, because we post those. Until next time, we'll see you guys.